everybody, my name is Python and welcome back to another episode here of Pythoncraft. Oh, have we got a fun one in store for you folks today. I'm very excited for this one. Today, my friends, we put a temporary end to the whole having to go on a creeper rampage thing. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making ourselves a hostile mob drop trap farm at the very tip top of the world. Literally height limit. Y equals 320. Now, I understand, of course, that making farms way up at build limit are not going to be as efficient as farms that are down underground, but at this particular moment in time, it's going to be faster than us going ahead and manually farming out creepers. So, yeah, like I say, it's only going to be a temporary thing until we have ourselves a bunch of the caves around here lit up and all that kind of stuff, so we can eventually have a hostile mob drop trap farm, maybe down the bottom here. But the fun part comes in the form of how we're going to get up to the eventual hostile mob farm. I'm so excited for this one because I've been testing it out in a creative test world, and I'm very eager to show you folks. The first thing we need to do, though, my friends, is we need to get right up to build limit. And while we make our way up, it gives me an opportunity to say a big old thank you for all of your lovely support throughout this series. Continuing on with the 500 likes per episode. I really appreciate that, my friends. Of course, if you want to continue supporting this series and indeed the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider dropping a like. And if you are new to the channel here today, firstly, a big warm welcome to you. I hope you'll enjoy what you see, and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel with those bell notifications turned on. And you'll be the first to know when the new episodes roll out. If you haven't been able to tell already, we're gonna have this hostile mob drop trap farm centered on Prismantis. And here we are, Y320. I don't think we'll be able to place... Yep, there we go. No more blocks are able to be placed. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down a block. We're gonna place down some stone a few blocks down. So that'll be 2, 3, 4. This layer is going to be the layer upon which the mobs will spawn. Then it's going to be a 2-block gap. Then it's going to be the roof. And so far as I can remember, we were on the bottom right block of the center 2x2 area. So we need to do that. Now, in my creative test world, when I went ahead and created this hostile mob drop trap farm, I only had one layer to it. And the spawn rates were acceptable. They weren't, you know, massively impressive or anything like that, but it was okay. So, in order to potentially increase the rates just a tiny bit, I'm actually going to have 2 spawn layers inside of this farm. So actually, we don't really need those torches up there. We need the torches down here instead. However, we're still going to need to place down a ton of stone, which will form the spawn platforms. So then, let's make ourselves a whole bunch of 8x8 spawn platforms. So this will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we do a little bit of operation fill. Then we do another 3 spawn platforms. Random side note, it is so awesome to see Flora Bay from above, especially this area here, all nicely lit up at night. Look at the bridge as well. Oh, dude, this settlement is really starting to take shape, isn't it? It really looks awesome. Also, am I the only one seeing a face here? Like those 2 guardian statues down there, those are the eyes, and then we've got a smiley face. Me with seeing faces everywhere again. So, the bottom spawn layer is done and dusted. Now what we could do is we could start adding in where the water flows are going to go. They're going to be going 2 blocks lower than the lower spawn platform. And ladies and gentlemen, there we are. The bottom spawn layer and indeed the water canals have been sorted. These torches are the drop shaft, of course. So, our next step is to get the second spawn layer done and dusted. Alright, so second spawn layer has been added. Now, we need to get the walls and the ceiling added. Unfortunately, I don't have a great deal more regular stone. I might have enough here to convert into stone slabs, so I can get the roof done at the very least. But, in terms of the walls, we might just have to introduce another material. I mean, it's not like I don't have infinite access to prismarine related stuffs, right? Oh, good grief. And now that I think about it, I probably should have made this all out of prismarine, huh? Although then again, at the end of the day, this is only supposed to be a temporary build until we make a proper one. down the bottom. So, yeah, I don't think we need to be too worried about it all. Hey, you want to see something really, really satisfying? How's about we get rid of this ginormous sand pillar by doing this? Oh, yeah. Okay. For reference, it took about 4 stacks of sand for us to get to the very tippity top of the world. 4 stacks of sand falling all the way down here. This is taking ages. Oh my goodness me. God, blimey, son. You know what I'm starting to realise now, though? I probably should have put down the platform for the kill chamber first. Oh, darn it. I'm sure we can build downwards using water, right? We should be okay. Actually, while we're down here, we should probably get some preparations underway. Oh, would you look at that? We have a stack of oak trapdoors already. Dude, that is big. Okay, just how many more can I make? Oh, very good. Okay, I'm pretty sure 2 stacks is exactly the amount I need. So, yeah, we have enough already. So, need ourselves a few hoppers, a few chests. Also gonna need some carpet in the mix so we can prevent the spawning of spiders in our hostile mob drop trap farm. And just some quick calculations. Each spawn area, 8x8, requires, I believe, 9 carpet. So it's gonna be 9 times 4, which is 36. 36 times 2, because there's 2 spawn layers, is 72. So, that's 72 right there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 to put on top of the hoppers. Alright, very good. Look at how many rockets this has taken to get up here. Our 3rd one. Our 4th one. Oh, hang on. I think 4 is enough. I have a way where we can reduce that to literally 0. And no, it's not a nether portal. I'm very much looking forward to showing you guys how I'm going to do this. Although I should say, a nether portal would definitely do the job as well, of course. Anyways, for now, how's about we get on with adding a bunch of walls in? Why am I using sandstone? Like, seriously, it is just about one of the ugliest things I could have introduced alongside the stone here. Ugh, yikes. Ah, well, it's a temporary build. It's all good. I mean, we're going to get all this stuff back eventually. But for now, we're just going to have to hashtag deal with it, I guess. So with the trapdoors, we're going to start lining all of these edges going down into the canals. Only for whatever reason, hostile mobs will take these trapdoors as blocks they can walk upon. So they don't even, like, get scared or anything. They just walk off. They just do not care. Now we need to do the same for the top layer. Get the trapdoors in, get the walls in, and then we can get on with our slabbed roof. All right, very good. The walls are now done and dusted. And what we can do now is we can start going ham with some of these here slabberoos. Needless to say, we're using the bottom half slabs because then no mobs will ever be able to spawn on the roof. That is something we do not want to have happen, of course. So, yeah, let's get these added in, shall we? And yes, we're going to have to cap off the sandstone here as well with these slabs as well. We don't want anyone spawning here. I don't know, we've been on this world for, what, 36 episodes, and now we seem to have inadvertently started a Skyblock Let's Play. I mean, not really, obviously, but yeah. This is the very sort of mob farms I use on my Skyblock worlds. And here I am, on a perfectly bog-standard normal world, making the very same thing. And the roof is on. So before getting on with ridding the torches and having this thing be operational, we now need to go ahead and restrict spider spawning. Spiders require, I believe, a 3x3 block area. So what that means is we need to make sure there is never a 3x3 block area for them to spawn. So as you can see, we've got this grid pattern going on, and in the middle here, it's a 2x2, which is not big enough for spiders to spawn. So that is why we require 9 wool per spawn area. So yeah, let's get all of these bad boys placed in, shall we? On both layers, and then we can begin on the nice basic kill chamber. Ah, I've just realized something. I haven't brought with me any kind of water source. Ooh. Whoops. That is most definitely needed, my friends. I guess we're going to have to pop back down and go grab ourselves some, eh? Whee! It's such a long drop. You literally have time to write an entire will as you're falling. It takes so long to hit the ground. Oh, hey there, Mr. Drowned. Bye there, Mr. Drowned. So, let's add in these water flows, and they should perfectly go towards the middle. And as you can see, they do. Fantastic. Now is where things start getting a bit interesting, only we're going to wind up inadvertently flooding down bottom, aren't we? I really hope that there's nothing that's going to wind up flooding away down there. There's only really one way to find out if that'll be the case, and that is to just do this thing. So, going down, we need to go 23 blocks down. As a result, everybody who falls down will get down to a one-shot. So, I've got a perfect stack of 23. Just got to get ourselves down the bottom here. And then the next layer is the floor layer. There we have it. So this will be a 2x2 area. And these blocks here will eventually be replaced by hoppers. Talking of which, how about we get the output areas sorted out? So there we are with a few output chests. And then these blocks here shall be replaced by hoppers, 2 going into each chest. And once the water has dissipated, we'll be able to put the carpets down on top of the hoppers. That way, the XP orbs don't wind up getting caught in the little hopper divots. And now we can get on with building just a teeny tiny bit of a platform here. Now, we've got to add in the tube here. This really is going to be one of my, like, all-time most ugliest farms I think I've ever made. But again, it's temporary. It's all good. In order to let the XP orbs come through to us, we need to add in some trapdoors rather like that. Oh, good grief. Look at that waterfall there. It's only like a third of the way dissipated from the top of the world. Good grief. That is going to take some time. All right, let's just make double sure that it hasn't, like, washed anything away. Because obviously that would be very, very bad. Oh, no. Okay, what it's doing is spawning guardians inside this place. Ah, well, when we're up here, everybody down below just flat out despawns. So it's all good. So let's get the rest of this tube added. We've got a top half slab placed above the trap doors. So we can actually slap the mobs that wind up dropping down here, of course. And there we go. Right, the tube has been added. All I need to do, ouchie, all I need to do is get up there and get rid of all of the lighting. And also make my way out of this place, because currently I am entirely trapped inside this farm. Oh, wow, okay, that was actually relatively painless. So that's one layer of torches sorted out. Just gotta get this here bottom layer sorted out as well. And there we are, plunged into darkness. Oh, goodness me. Don't fall down. And I think what we're going to do is we're simply going to... I need that block. Darn it, man. But yeah, we're just going to sort of break our way out. There we go. Right, now we can get rid of this, and we can land at the kill chamber bit. And yeah, that should be it now. This thing should be operational. Look at that. There's already 9 entities, 13 entities, 17 entities right up the top, 20! God, blimey, son! Okay, hopefully it won't take long for them to fall down here any second now. Oh, whoa, okay, wait, no, they're flat out dying. Right. So, here's what I'm thinking. We may need to go ahead and add some vines in at the top to sort of reset their fall damage. Because we don't want them to just flat out be dying. Alright, that shouldn't be too difficult though. I'm pretty sure we've got some vines in my storage factory. So let's go grab them. And some string, of course, so they don't wind up spreading all over the place. Oh boy, this isn't going to be dangerous at all now, is it? Alright, dropping in. What have we got going on? Okay, nothing so far. Oh, you're down the bottom, huh? Oh, son of a gun. Alright, come on, buddy. Let's have you. Go on, fall into that water there. Okay, very good. Mr. Creepy Boy, go on into the water with you. Go on, stop trying to escape. Go on, accept your inevitable demise there, buddy. Right, are we safe enough to get ourselves... Oh, okay. Yeah, we might actually be okay. So, we start off with string on the second layer down, okay? And then we go at it with some vines. So, going ahead and blocking that off again. Let's try and land at the bottom here. And now we play the waiting game. We've got armored dudes in here at the moment, but what we need are some regular dudes. What should happen, if I've done everything correctly, is their full damage should be reset to 0 as a result of the vines, and then the 23 block drop should bring them down to a one-shot, like to the point where I could literally punch them to death with my fists. Okay, armored guys don't count. We just want regular dudes in here. Ah, there we go. Nice. Punch. Punch. Oh, we did it. It works. Fantastic. Now, some of you folks might be wondering if I'm going to add like an AFK mode to this thing, in that maybe we actually make this thing a block lower and we have like a shifting platform with pistons and whatnots, but nah. I mean, as a result of having this be as it is right now, we can use this to not only get more drops as a result of using looting, we can also get XP for repairing our gear. So yeah, multifunctional farm of epicness. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, the rates really aren't anything to shout home about, but I'm still pretty convinced that this will give us gunpowder far more quickly than us going ahead and doing a manual mob rampage. Ah yeah, this farm has already served one awesome purpose. All of my gear is now repaired. Look at all the bones we're getting. Oh, this is going to be so good for adding a bit of nature to Flora Bay down there. Oh, I'm so happy that we've done all this. However, this is only part of the episode, my friends. There's another thing I want to do, a little bit of a something that will reduce the amount of fireworks I need to get up here to 0. Ah, yeah, check it out. Already a full stack of gunpowder, and there is no sign of the sun. Roughly a stack of gunpowder is what I was averaging when I was manually going through and killing creepers just during the nighttime. Alright, so having done a little bit of cobblestone mining, the next thing we need to do in preparation for our fun little project to wrap things up today is we're going to need ourselves a bunch of bows so we can make ourselves a bunch of dispensers. Oh, yeah, we need 9 of them. We need a composter, a button, a bunch of redstone dust. And if you can't tell already what we're doing, this will probably sell it for you. Breeze rods. We're going to grab ourselves a bunch of these bad boys. We're going to convert every single one of them into wind charges. Huh? Have you figured it out yet? Do I not have like a whole bunch more wind charges? Okay, there's a few. We don't have a great deal to split between the 9 dispensers we're going to be placing down, unfortunately. But oh well. We'll make do. Maybe we need to set up some sort of breeze farm in the future. They're not that easy to do, though, if the folks I watch on YouTube or anything to go by. So then, a wind charge powered player launcher. We're going to have a dispenser in the bottom facing up. We're then going to have ourselves a bit of a wall of dispensers all facing into the middle space. We're going to have a button on top of one of them, and then we're going to add ourselves in a whole bunch of blocks to fill in the corners. We're then going to add in a bunch of redstone dust, and we need ourselves another line of redstone going to the underside so the bottom dispenser is also powered. Then what we need to do is we need to try and divvy up all of the wind charges we have here as perfectly as we can. Okay, 20 in each one. That's a fairly okay start, I'd say. And then here's the interesting part. For whatever reason, using composters as the block in which you sit on to then launch yourself, it gives you, for whatever reason, far more height. What's that? You don't believe me? Well, how about we give this thing a bit of a go then? So, we're at Y64 right now. Let's do this thing. okay. That's not quite what I had in mind. That's supposed to go far, far higher than that. Maybe I didn't time it right. Boop. Wait, what? Hang on a minute. What is going on here? This is literally the exact same design. And when I do it in this world, we've got a lighter on. Yep, okay, here we go. We're standing on top of the composter. And it sends us way up into the sky. But that is very strange. Okay. I swear, you're going to have to believe me when I say this. Maybe it's because I'm in creative mode. Boop. Yeah, look at this. This is the sort of height we're supposed to be getting, my friends. Like, way up above height limit. To the point where we could just sort of glide back down to the farm. Oh, dude, I'm so confused. Does survival mode nerf the amount of height you can get or something? So let's do this again. I'm so confused. What the heck, man? Oh, I'm really disappointed. So there's a discrepancy between how high you go in creative mode versus how high you go in survival mode. Ah, dude, why is that? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's the sort of height we're supposed to get. That is such a pants amount of height. I really don't understand it. I'm really, really sad about this, actually. I won't lie. I'm pretty disappointed. I thought this would work the same in survival as it does in creative. But no, for whatever reason, in creative, you can fly far, far higher. It is actually ridiculous. Okie dokie, so just to confirm that I'm not being a big old goofball, let's try this in my creative duplicate test world here. Boom. See? That is what is supposed to happen. Look at that, Y347. This is what I was aiming for. Ah, interesting. Turns out there's already a bug report for this very thing. Inconsistent behavior with wind charge launchers between survival and creative. I would very much like to hope that they get on top of this one. Only I feel like my fun has been nerfed a little bit dampened perhaps by the fact that apparently we can't launch ourselves anywhere near as high in survival mode compared to creative. What I'd give to have this. Whee! The only thing is, per launch, you are using 9 wind charges, which is what, 3 breeze rods? Blimey O'Reilly. We're going to have to try and find some way of getting a lot of breeze rods very, very quickly, aren't we? I guess for now, we're just going to have to opt for the old-fashioned way of doing things. And that is, of course, using firework rockets. I mean, it's not as if I don't have a whole bunch of gunpowder and paper now, right? Nearly 2 stacks of gunpowder and a very decent amount of paper here. Oh, yeah. How many firework rockets will we be able to make? Oh, look at that. Over 6 stacks we have now. So, as unfortunate it may be that we weren't able to launch ourselves anywhere near as far into the sky as I would have liked, we have still achieved something pretty good today. We now have the ability to repair our gear with absolute ease, while simultaneously grabbing ourselves a whole bunch of mob drops. The things that I'm looking for more than anything are bones and gunpowder. Everything else is just kind of, although, I don't know, maybe eventually we can get a cleric villager up there and we can start selling the zombie flesh that we're getting, right? Anywho, it is time to wrap up today's episode. So, let's go ahead and start off with a dono shout-out that's come in since the last episode. Jordan Noble, yet another $5 Canadian since the last episode. Thank you so much for that, Jordan. And finally, the comment of the day. Cora228 says, don't upgrade to the snapshots at all. Apparently, I can't spell. They're just early preview versions of the update. You'll have to regenerate the chunks over and over when they keep adding new stuff. Just wait for the release candidates. See, the thing is, back in the days of Python's World, and even some of the subsequent Let's Plays after that, I always ran them in the snapshot. So I didn't really have too many issues with me going ahead and, you know, pruning chunks and regenerating chunks and all that kind of stuff. The reason I go ahead and prune chunks, by the way, in case you don't know, is so I'm able to find new content sort of slightly nearer to my base rather than having to travel multiple thousands of blocks away to try and find new stuff, you know? It's something I do with all of the major updates anyway, and yes, I do count the sort of sub-update as part of that, you know, the drops. I always go ahead and prune chunks for each one, so again, we can go ahead and have fresh new chunks nearby with hopefully new content if there is. So eventually, what's going to wind up happening with the new spring drop update stuffs, once we have a slightly more stable snapshot, then yeah, of course, we're going to go ahead and update to it, and we're going to regen a bunch of the explored but not built in chunks, and then hopefully we'll be able to find ourselves some of the new content just a little bit closer to home. You know, all of those new wildflowers and the little leaf piles you can get now. Oh, it's all lovely stuff. It really, really is. I'm very much looking forward to the next update. I truly am. So yeah, once a slightly more stable snapshot has come out for the spring drop, you bet your sweet butts I'm going to be all over that. But hello, my friends. It is time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Maybe you learned a thing or two. If you have, then please do be sure to drop a like. I'd very much appreciate it, my friends. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to ding that bell if you don't want to miss out on my future content. But for now, that'll wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Do have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and I shall see you folks in the next episode. Bye-bye!